Is Ezra Klein a fascist? Yes. Does that matter even if you don't know who the hell this guy is? Yes. Because Ezra Klein influences the politicians who make decisions that affect your life.
I want to give a shout out to Ezra Klein.
Klein frames the politics of neoliberalism, essentially handing everything over to corporations and private wealth, in a way that makes people who think they're progressive say, he's got a point. His work makes corporate greed palatable to the left-leaning masses. Corporations and billionaires love this, which is why you see Klein everywhere in corporate media.
Ezra Klein of the New York Times wields a lot of influence in some parts of Capitol Hill.
Want to talk policy? Ezra Klein is the man to call.
Ezra Klein.
Ezra Klein.
Okay, but you said he was fascist. I did. Because just a few days after Ezra completely whitewashed Charlie Kirk's legacy, saying Kirk was doing politics the right way, without mentioning Kirk's hateful rhetoric, his professor watch list, or the hundreds of millions in Christian nationalist and fossil fuel billionaire money that propped up TPUSA, Klein doubled down on normalizing fascists by doing a podcast on de-escalating political rhetoric with Ben Shapiro.
We are going to have to find some pathway forward to de-escalation. Right.
Ben Shapiro, whose coworker at the Daily Wire, Matt Walsh, called for the public execution of the mayor of Chicago.
Brandon Johnson should be arrested, charged with treason, convicted, and then given the requisite punishment for a capital offense.
Ben Shapiro, whose other coworker, called for trans people to be erased from society.
Transgenderism must be eradicated from public life entirely.
Ben Shapiro, who has a well-documented history of dehumanizing Arabs. In a 2-hour podcast about de-escalating political rhetoric, Klein didn't mention any of this, even though he's aware of it. So what do you call a guy who consistently whitewashes bigots who foment political violence? What do you call a guy who sits atop the opinion-making industry when his opinion is fascists are doing politics the right way? Fascism is the union of corporate and state power via persecution, bigotry, and violence, and Ezra Klein thinks it's all pretty swell. Take a step towards a healthier media diet today by cutting out Ezra Klein and replacing him with the fact-based pro-democracy contextualizing pundits in my Blue Sky lists, linked in my bio. And stop arguing with people in the comments and spread fact-based pro-democracy information every single second you're online.
It only gets worse from here.